today during life groups, I want you to read a story about Abram. This is Abraham, if you know kind of the Abraham story. Abram, this is early on in this story. You find in Genesis chapter 12, and God is calling to Abram. And he says that, now Lord said to Abram, go from your country and your kindred, your family, and go. And I find it very interesting. And on Sunday, we talked about this idea that to find the presence or be in the presence of God, we often need to be doing what God was doing. And we looked at Jesus's ministry and understood that there were three main things that he dealt with, that he made sure that the poor were taken care of, the hungry were fed, and those that had social injustice going on around them, he was taking care of that. He was in, and that God sent his only begotten son, that God was missional in what he was doing, that he sent. And then you and I, if we really want to be in the presence of God, then we need to go where the presence is, in understanding that God's presence is out there. God's presence is with the poor, is with the needy, is with those that have social injustice going on in their lives. That you and I, as the church, must be about the Father's business. We must be going out. And I want you to take a look at the Abram story, because it's very interesting how God calls him from his home, from everything he knew. In fact, you may need to understand that Abram really didn't know God. If you read the story before Abram, if you read that, you're going to find that Abram was a pagan, that he worshiped multiple gods. He didn't really know God. So here's this God that shows up and tells Abram, I need you to go. And he picks up and goes. But God says this, and this is what I want you to focus on, but read the whole story. God says this to him, that I'm going to bless you so that you may be a blessing. And I want to challenge us as we come into this Christmas season, and we round this year, 2019, we close 2019 down, and we go into 2020. God has something amazing for you and I in the crossroads. And I believe that something amazing is this concept, that God wants to bless us so we can be a blessing, that he wants to be around us. He wants to pour his presence on us so that we can bring the presence of God into other areas. And I want you to talk about that tonight. Really challenge yourself when you're talking about this idea of, am I getting involved? Am I involved physically? Am I involved emotionally? And am I involved financially? Love you guys. Thank you to everybody that helped out with the Thanksgiving dinner. That was awesome. Great location. Just FYI, that's where our Christmas banquet's going to be. I'm excited for that. And then also this Sunday, don't forget that we're starting our Christmas choir, our Christmas worship choir. Brittany's going to teach us a song in another language. I'm excited about that. So we'll have a good time. Go ahead and join us on that. And as we just try to get everybody involved and to share the love of Jesus to everybody we can. Love you guys. See you soon.